Hi guys. I'm doing some art right now. I didn't do this sunflower. I think my sister made this sunflower like years ago. And so we just have all these old canvases from when like my sisters and I would be in art class when we were younger, and I am just doing my art, some new stuff over it. So like these lines and like this so far here I'm doing over it, and I feel like it's so fun because it already feels like half of the piece is done because there's like a base. And I'm using these oil sticks. Oh, someone who I wanted to text me back just texted me back. Yes! We can do a Thursday hang. Yes, we can! It makes it seem like this is like some guy I'm really excited about, but no, it's just this girl, Nee, who I just haven't, she's in the city right now, and she's here for the summer, and I haven't seen her yet, and I love her so much, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see her ah. Anyways, I need to laugh a little bit because I just have been dealing with shit, like 5 minutes ago. Life at home is not a good life. Life at home in this family, in the family that I'm in right now, it's not a good life, so it's, gotta laugh so I don't cry. Well, I've already cried, but, tears were shed, but that's how you process. That's how you process, so it's normal, it's fine. You cry, you do some art. Art is the best way to process anything. You just take any emotion you're feeling, any negative emotion, sadness, anger, fear, and you turn it into beauty. That's alchemy. That's magic. That's witchcraft, if you ask me. And the goal is I'm gonna make a bunch of pieces, and these aren't that hard to make. These are more just fun to make. And I can sell them and start making some money from art. It's hard to get off the ground. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put anything into the universe. My truth is that it's going to come naturally and easy when I start selling. It would just be great to like get commissions, because like if I could just get like 3 commissions, that's already like $600, $700. And like I know that my art is worth a lot of money. So I would never undervalue myself just to like get a commission or get a purchase. The thing is, I just haven't decided how much. And I get that you can't just like start and be like, this is worth $10,000, or else like no one's gonna like buy the first piece because you don't have any like previous buyers. So you do have to start. So that's like the sweet spot that you have to find, like not throwing yourself the low ball, but also not, setting the bar so insanely high that like you have nowhere to grow. You can't, you have nowhere to grow from there. So I might be getting a little ahead of myself, but that's what I always do. And it has worked out so far. So why would I stop? You know what I mean? And I don't think art should ever be painful. Or I don't think art should ever, cost you anything. I think... Do I? Should art cost you anything? No. Should that be the title of this video? I feel like that's a deep philosophical hook. should making art cost you anything? I mean, obviously, here's the thing, when you think about cost, it costs you your time, your body, your energy, your mind, your focus, your attention. But is that a cost? If in the end you come out ultimately fulfilled and feel even better and greater than you did before you made the art, then it seems like you're paying a cost, but the art is paying you back. And so you don't even end up at a net zero, you end up with a positive value. Because I do art and I feel like I gain something. I'm not losing anything. It fills my cup and there's overflow. And that overflow is why I want to share it and make a practice out of it and continue doing it. It's dopamine. It's dopamine in the most natural way. Wait. Should art cost you something? Does art cost you something? Does making art? I don't know. Anyways. I think everyone should make art. And that can look differently. But I think doing something with your hands is really important. Having some sort of practice where you're working with your hands. And I don't think a computer counts. Because I just don't think it counts. Some tactile experience where you're working with your hands, it just stimulates the whole, and people say your hands, what do they say about the hands? Your hands are your manifestation tools. These are your God tools. Because I can't tell if it goes from, why am I touching my tits? If when I'm making art, does the idea go from mind to body through my hands and then I'm making the art? No, I don't think so. I think it starts in my hands and my body. Because when I'm doing art, when I'm in flow state, I'm not thinking about what I'm making. I'm making before I'm thinking. So the body is actually the main central intelligence, not the mind. I do art and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just having a good time. I'm trusting that my body... That's it. I'm just trusting my body. That's what art is. It's a profound act of self-trust. As I'm creating, I'm not judging myself. I'm not trying to analyze what I'm doing. I'm not asking, is it good? How will it be perceived? Is it perfect? Is it bad? How can I rate this? How can I judge it? I'm just letting it be a process. And let the thinking come after. It's funny because everyone's always think before you act. But art is really acting before you think. Oh my god, I'm spitting bars. I'm just spitting bars. Let me write that down. Art is an act. Art is the art of acting before you think. And when you act before you think, you can start thinking before you act. But I think we are so conditioned to do so much thinking before we act in our day-to-day. Should I be wearing this? Should I be acting like this? Should I be saying this? Am I saying the right thing? Am I using the right manners? Am I awkward? Am I confident? Am I funny? Am I smart? Am I pretty? So much thinking before we even act, that by the time we act, it's not honest at all. It's not honest at all. It's been diluted from that voice, from that standard, from that expectation, from that system. all of these different things telling you how to act, that by the time you act, it's a performance. It's just that, an act. It's theater. It's not aligned, because to catch the honest thing, to be able to catch the honest thing, what you actually want to do would be to catch the thought before it's manipulated by all the other internal guards and voices in your head. And that is so hard to do. So that's why art is so important, because art is the safe space where you don't have to be thinking. You don't have to be judging yourself before you're judged. You don't have to be putting on a costume before you go outside. You can just sit there naked with the canvas, and the canvas does not judge you. And then you're allowed to just do. You don't have to edit yourself. You don't have to make a highlight reel. You don't have to write down what you want to say. Which is something I used to do all the time. I used to have such bad social anxiety that even talking to my best friends, I would have to write down what I wanted to say before conversations. I would write down, I'm really exposing myself, but I would literally write down things to talk about the exact way I wanted to say something, because I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know how to just be. I didn't know how to act before I thought. I did so much thinking that I was basically just a floating mind. Anyways. Like, can someone please get me on a podcast, please, now? Or do I just start one? This is my podcast, though. Me and my 30 followers. And sometimes I'm like, they all have to be real people, right? Because, like, what 30 bots are, like, following this account that, like... So I'm assuming these are real people following me. And now I'm going back and scraping the canvas with my cuticle clippers. Probably could get a better tool for that, but it's just right here. I love scraping. That's one of my favorite things to do in art, is scrape. Put some paint down, scrape it. It's like, I literally only have this right now. I love it a lot, to be honest. Okay, now I'm looking at it. I feel like I need some, like, red up here. I think I need some red. But it's like this. I need it to be, like, a thin line of red. Okay, thin line of red. Anyways, it's the 4th of July this weekend. And... all my friends are going to the Hamptons. Wait, should I start a new video? Because now I'm just like... or maybe I keep talking, but then I speed up this part. But anyways, it's the 4th of July. All my friends are going to the Hamptons. I'm not going to the Hamptons. And it's going to be 100 degrees here. So what I do is truly up to fate. The thing is, I, like, don't like the 4th of July at all. I just think it's a mass ritual to reset the collective consciousness and... send us back into amnesia, celebrate the country, bitch, celebrate independence. Independence is America's independence. Everyone's free here. Independence? Don't even get me started. I think I'm gonna make a whole nother video about my thoughts on the 4th of July. I have so many thoughts. Recently it's been, like, my niche. Oh, I love scraping. It's so fun. What I love about these oil sticks is that it's literally oil paint in a stick, but you have the control of a stick. So it takes like 2 days to dry. Let me go back to what I was saying about art. So maybe the point is you don't need to do painting if that's not your thing, but you should have one practice where you are acting before you're thinking. And so I'm realizing that could really be anything. That could be like soccer, that could be like playing soccer, that could be dancing, that could be singing, that could be sewing, that could be yoga, that could be running. It really, the list goes on and on. But you know what? Adding actual art, something with your hands, there are only benefits. So many people don't think they're an artist. No one thinks they're an artist. No one thinks they're an artist. Babe, we are art. We are already art. We are the created and the creators. We are literally, our purpose here is to create. That's literally why we're here. If we have the power to create, why wouldn't we create? That's your purpose. To create, to play, to have fun, to make things. And I do believe that everyone is a creator. Inherently, if you're human, you're a creator. But we've forgotten how to create. So it's not the question of am I an artist? It's a question of have I forgotten how to create? And the truth is you create every day. You create delusions, fantasies, dreams, hopes, fears. You create every single day. Every single day. The schedule, you create. The dreams you have about your crush, you create. So, I don't want to hear shit about, I'm not a creator, I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist, bitch. Bitch. Keep lying, you know. You can keep lying to yourself, but the body knows. The body does not play. So, well, the body does play. The body is built to play, but it doesn't play around with lies.